Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. Happy Thursday. How was the beginning of your Lent? How was Ash Wednesday? Hopefully it went well. Today is February the 27th, and we listen from the Gospel of Luke. During this season of Lent, we are going to listen from random Gospels, random passages. So today, we are going to read chapter 9 of the Gospel of Luke, verses 22 to 25. Jesus said, "The Son of Man must suffer greatly, and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." Then he said to all, "If anyone wishes to come after me, he must deny himself, and take up his cross daily, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. What profit is there for one to gain the whole world, yet lose or forfeit himself?" There are certain passages in the Bible in which Jesus talks about the responsibilities his disciples must undertake and the consequences of following him. And as much as we want to sugarcoat those tough passages that can be tough, really tough to understand because of the consequences of being a disciple of Jesus are serious, we have to read it and we have to listen those Gospels. And it's interesting, in the history of the interpretation of the Scriptures, in the history of the Church, we've been oscillating between one extreme to the other, between the perspective of suffering and punishment and guilt, because the disciple of Jesus is one that has to suffer in his life or her life, is one to has to deny himself in a kind of dark perspective, to the other opposite. God doesn't want you to suffer. God is great. God is bright. Everything is perfect. Suffering is not what God's want for your life, and so on, right? But we have to stand in the middle. In the middle is the virtue, as the philosopher says. We have to, to take a stand in the middle ground. Truth be told, every decision brings consequences in our lives. Moreover, every commitment entails some consequences, some difficulties. Just ask a mother or a father the consequences of bringing up a family, right? Denying themselves day in and day out, taking up their crosses every day just to keep the family together, to bring up children, and so on and so on. The first Christian community understood this very well as a way to say every disciple must follow the footsteps of his master. As a way to say we have to do as Jesus did, take up our crosses and follow Jesus, and accept and embrace the consequences of following Jesus. Why? Because that's the only path of freedom. That's the only path of salvation. Accepting and embracing the consequences of being a disciple of Jesus. I was dying to have a coffee. Have a wonderful coffee and a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with the message of the gospel. Cheers. Bye now.